go. It's Tuesday night. How is everybody doing? Is it snowing where you're at? Snowing here. Oh, got a nice little crowd in here tonight. Just picking off a couple as they're scrolling up the chat here. Living Miracle, Strong Enough to Bend, Brett and Cindy, Tennessee Living, B&J Outdoors, Chippers, Family Adventures, Rustic Traditions, Windmill Farm, oh, Royal Amethyst. So, and Geeky Gardens is in and gone and be back in a couple minutes. So, Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading, welcome. And Chickenlandia is here. El Presidento. Presidento. Miss President? President Missy? I don't know. Bill on the Rock Homestead. No snow, but did change into a short sleeve shirt for a while. Mimsy's Garden. Oh, thank you so much, Mimsy.
Oh, Windmill Farms is in there?
Yeah.
Remember they were our guest last week? This was in the camper. That's why I couldn't find it last week.
Okay. I've been handed this. See if you can read it or not. It says Smudge. This was handcrafted by Grizz at Windmill Farm. He does some outstanding leather work. So if you're all looking for collars, leashes, and any other... They can't hear me that well?
No.
Okay. Well, you should be able to hear me. It looks like it. So any other assembled or assorted leather products, get a hold of Grizz at Windmill Farm. Does some great work. Well, brings me, I guess, to a mouse not working. Oh, come on, mouse. All right.
Ryan loses his Hills Homestead. New turn channel.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
There, that's better. Okay. I can hear you now.
Okay. Typically what we do here on Tuesday nights is we kind of have a subject and run with it, and I attempt to share with you some tips and tricks and other things you can do with your channel to enhance your YouTube adventure. Let's put it that way. Both editing videos, perhaps running a live stream, perhaps just in computer equipment.
Do you have music going?
If I do,
Paul hears music in the background.
he hears music in the background.
Kathy says it's buffering.
Well, it's not buffering here. Everything looks good on this end. So, all right, we'll just crank the volume up here a little bit. If it clips a little bit, we'll turn her back down, but we'll just crank it up here. So anyway, that's what we normally do. Well, a couple days ago, I screwed up. And we were in a push-hurry mode to get some videos out. One of those being... This is absolutely going to drive me insane. Hold on, folks. I'm going to change the mouse here. All right. Let's see if that works any better. Okay, one of those being the introduction for people to join us in our 10,000 subscriber giveaway that we are going to be holding here tomorrow evening starting. We're actually going to start streaming at 6:45. The 10K giveaway portion is going to be starting at 7 o'clock. Lots and lots of merchandise, gifts of assorted flavors and colors and sizes is going to be going out of this place. So bring everybody you know. And in the event that, and we certainly understand this, not everybody can necessarily be here on a given night. I know that for some, Wednesday evening is a church night for some. But if you go into that video, you will find that there is a link to a form you can fill out and still have a chance to win a prize. Do you suppose it would behoove us to put that link in here? It's in the description of that video. Is that right? I'm thinking, where can I go grab that link real quick? All right. So this is the video for the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. And yeah, here, and the link is there. Sherry's going to get that and post that in the chat. But that's not the one I wanted to talk about tonight. Because of the amount of editing on this, well, let me just go back to that here for just a moment. If I scroll through this, you're going to see in the background, we have included some of our previous guests that we've had for our Monday night live shows. So if this is played, the online doesn't count. They're not in 3D until we meet them in person. We do a little clip. Well, they count. And I'm just going to slide through this a little bit. And here's another little clip, and then I put in a little bit of filler material. And we have more little clips and filler material, and it's kind of that way throughout the whole thing. However, since we just went by this one here, hint, Joel Salatin does not have a YouTube channel. So although we had Joel Salatin as a guest, a nationally known speaker, runs Polyface Farms, an absolute brilliant individual, and he has been the keynote speaker at some different conferences that we've been to. Just a great individual, full of knowledge. He does not have a YouTube channel, but we did have him as a guest on the show. But he does not have a YouTube channel, so that was the big clue right there. Because if somebody kind of just goes through this video, they can start counting those channels there in the background. And that's something that you kind of need to know for the question you fill out in the questionnaire. So you can't count Joe Salatin. That's your big clue for being in here tonight. You cannot count Joe Salatin. Well, it's nice to see that they're doing real well here. It's throwing ads at me. Jeez.
Mimsy, I hope I did it correctly. I only had watched the video 4 times all the way through. She will send to you, and like I said, there will also
And
be digital copies.
we just did some little clips, but every clip that we did, I put in that person's or that channel's banner
We will also give
at the beginning of the clip.
and a kitchen boa.
So in other words, what you see behind us here, this is Alderman's Farm actual banner. Keep in mind, when you're doing a banner, and we've gone over this many, many times, you're only seeing this center part. But this is the full clip. So that's kind of your clues on that particular thing. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. I can tell you this. I'm not sure we have a correct answer yet. So if you do fill out the form and you think, well, maybe I didn't get something right, yeah, you can still edit it. You can go back in and edit it. I did do that, so you can always go back in and edit it. And we did have somebody.
And we're still getting people donating prizes.
We are.
Well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Lone Star Handcrafted is doing some.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some seeds.
Yeah. Fact of the matter is, we still have people that are saying, "Hey, we would love to be part of your 10K subscriber party, and let us donate a prize for you." So we're still getting that, and thank you so much to everybody that has done that. It's just gonna. I don't even know how to explain it. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of good prizes. I don't know. Can you share any of them? Well, we're giving away a book by.
My microphone isn't on.
Well, we're giving away a book, Stacy Lynn Harris book.
Stacy Lynn Harris, 2 Dining on a Dime cookbooks.
Dining on a Dime cookbook. There's 2 of those.
Heritage Ways, a hard copy and a digital cookbook.
Heritage Ways, a hard copy and a digital copy of the cookbook.
52 Homesteading Skills, it's a book.
52 Homesteading Skills, that's another book.
Backwoods Home Subscription Magazine.
Backwood Home subscription to the subscription to the Backwood Homes magazine.
Sampson Farms donating a garden dibble.
We have a dibble to give away.
Prairie Homestead Cookbook.
Prairie Homestead Cookbook.
Kitchen Boa.
Smudge T-shirt.
Smudge T-shirt.
MK Lone Star Handcrafted has a package of goodies to go out.
Package from MK Lone Star Handcrafted. Yeah. And she does soaps.
Yes.
Soaps and balms and.
Mary's Heirloom Seeds is giving a garden starter seed pack.
Okay, Mary's. Did you say Mary's? Mary's Heirloom Seeds is giving away a garden starter.
Baker Creek is we'll be sending someone a goodie box.
Oh yeah, here's a good one. Baker Creek will be sending a goodie box. We don't even know what's in it, but they will be sending a goodie box to a winner.
Single Dad Homestead will be sending some Baker Creek seeds.
Yeah, Single Dad Homestead is also gonna give out some seeds.
Kiss My Grass Acres is donating a grow bag.
And we're getting there's a grow bag going to be given away that is donated by Kiss My Grass Homestead. So anyway, 10K is, we don't even know what to say that we actually hit this 10K. It seemed like it took us forever. We were hovering right at the, 9,600 or something. And it seems like we would gain a few and then would lose some more. We'd gain a few and lose some more. Well, we finally jumped over the 10,000. And then, as we were kind of talking about it real quick, jumped up to 11,000. And then, well, now we're back in this mode where it's back and forth and back and forth. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anybody on YouTube knows what's going on right now. But I do know we are not making videos for kids.
Oh, and there's for overseas viewers only, there will be a $25 Amazon gift card.
Yeah, for viewers that are overseas, there will be a $25 Amazon gift card that will be that will only be for overseas viewers. So if you're from overseas, be here. We don't have a lot of you. I think Dutch is in here tonight.
Josh is in here from Australia.
Josh is in here, so we have Australia and Holland. And we sometimes have
Great Britain, yeah, England.
England. So,
Yeah.
but your odds will be very high for that tomorrow night, if you can all be here. What else? Anything else about that? All right, let's get back to my goof. I was pushed. I wasn't pushed. I got myself behind in getting this thing edited, and then we also, end of the month, give away a skillet that's donated by Layman's. And Sherry made the video, and I'll be the first one to admit I put it on the back burner because I wanted to get this 10,000 video out. So this one sat back in raw form, and there was quite a bit that went into the 10,000, and then with the with this video, well, there was quite a bit that went into it too, because we used multiple cameras, so it was mixing of the sound. And as you can see here, I have the sound turned off, but as you can see, I went for some extra special effects here, the fog flying in the background, and so I tried to go for some extra things. But I didn't pay a lot of attention until it was too late, and we got absolutely blasted with some comments, to the point that I put a comment in and I pinned it to the top and I said, please read, we acknowledge the audio in this video is substandard. However, due to time restraints in reshooting a different video and the fact you all have a chance to win one of these fabulous skillets, please suffer through it, and we will do better in the future. Good luck to all.
Unless they want to buy me a lapel microphone.
So, I'm going to play a little bit of this in case anybody here hasn't heard any of this.
This thing can go in the oven. Oops. Has a glass lid with a vent. Fits nicely over that. I love it. So let's get this puppy going. So I'm just making a mishmash of leftovers. Thanksgiving was
Okay, as you can hear, the between the sound of the burner, the induction burner, and Sherry's voice, it's one of those things that's very difficult to pick out. So it was my thought that I could add a little bit of music which would take people's mind off the burner sound, and that was probably a big mistake. This is the video right here, and if I take that music sound out and play it, you can hear just how bad the sound is from the induction burner.
I'm going to go get my splatter screen. These are handy dandy little gems to have.
Okay, so my biggest mistake with this entire thing was I thought I could mask it with some music, and you can't do that. You just can't do it. It just muddied it up worse. It made the entire video worse, and for that, I am sorry. And I see some of you saying that you didn't think it was that big a deal. I didn't either, but a lot of people did, and I got to thinking about it. It's not the quality video that I want to put out. However, because it's for the giveaway, because we were under the time restraints, because, and I can make all kinds of excuses. It is what it is. So I did a lot of fun things with this video. I tried to make it unique with the editing, where I have the picture in the picture and have them blended into each other, and have the background. Let me turn off the one picture here, and have the background looking like fog that you're flying through. And so there was a lot of things that I tried to do to spice the video up a little bit, and neglected the sound. We didn't have enough time to reshoot it. So it is what it is, and I'm sorry. The whole point of this is, please learn from my mistakes. You cannot mask bad audio. And there was just too much here to get rid of. So I apologize. Oh, Brian Campbell, you are welcome. Glad you got your prizes. I'm glad you jumped in here and let us know that. Ecocentric Homestead, I don't know what software you use. I have a full sound thing here, and that was going to be my next step. We were going to examine reducing some of that sound, because what I'm using here is Power Director, and they have an audio director as part of the suite.
Harold's here.
Hmm?
Harold's here.
Harold's here?
Shame on you, Daryl.
Oh, goodness. Hey, you in Texas, or are you back home? Mr. Stead Homer. Anyway, if we go into this, and this is what I want to show is how you could reduce some of that sound. We go into Edit Audio, and we'll drop this into Audio Director.
Okay, they're telling you to stop beating yourself up.
Well, and I said it is what it is. But that led into what I'm going to show people here right now, is how I probably should have approached this. And if you do have either, if you do have a good audio editor, how you can maybe approach it to minimize that sound. If we play this up through here. Okay, at that point you can hear what?
They got home Sunday night.
Okay. You can hear the hissing and what have you in the background. Well, when you go in and try to eliminate that noise, you don't want to eliminate the vocal. You don't want to eliminate some of the other sounds. You just want to get rid of that background hissing. So what you can do is just mark a little section here. And let's go into the noise reduction. And we'll just analyze that little part. And I'm just doing a little part here so you can kind of get an idea here. And if we preview that now, you can hear how much quieter it is. So in other words, the original audio is this. And with the reduction, and I have the option, and I can take that range of sound out through the entire clip, which is really not what I want to do, because there are sections of this clip that are fine. In other words, the burner was not burnt. The burner was not lit at that time. Should I call it a lit burner? Anyway, the induction cooktop was not on it all the time when Sherry was talking, and during that part, it's fine. You don't need any reduction, but you do have the option here where you can reduce that, and then you can say, okay, that's the section that eliminated a lot of that hiss sound. If you press next, this is where you have the ability to take out just this range that I pulled the sound out, or the entire audio content, or a different range. So just for grins and giggles, we're going to say the entire audio content. And of course, I can preview this before I apply it.
So I'm just making a mishmash of leftovers. Thanksgiving was yesterday.
And we're just going to go ahead and apply that. And I want you all to be aware, I'm just doing this real quick, real rough. I didn't get into real fine stuff as far as reducing that sound. I can go back in and do it again because there's still sound there. This is the part where I can see that it was primarily the sound of the induction burner. So it's still there. It's not anywhere close to what it was when we started. So it's made those adjustments. And if we go back, it puts that clip right back into the area here that it belongs to. So let's just move into a little bit of this, and we'll play a little bit now and hear what it sounds like.
And that's going to be at 7 p.m. So at this.
Yeah, I would still not be happy with this. I'd take it back into the editor
This you gave to Daryl
and do it
to
again.
bring home.
But you can probably tell that the audio is much louder now than
Custard
what
on
it
the
was.
inside.
It's taken a lot of that
Chocolate
out.
on the bottom.
So if I just
Like none.
pause this, let's go back in and we'll turn that music back on that I added to it.
To say, I think I've never tasted it.
And let's turn some of that music down a little bit.
They got this even like this. Let's see. So that should be exciting. We've been waiting for that one. And obviously Tuesday is our Tech Tuesday. And then
So it would have required a lot more work. I would have spent a lot more hours. I felt it was more important getting that video out for people to see so they could go ahead and watch it and suffer through it painfully and fill in the comments that you need to fill in to have a chance to win the skillet, because you don't have to be in the when we have this the drawing for that, you don't have to be in that live stream either. You just have to have a proper comment in the video of that one. So if any of you is in here that haven't seen it, you need to go watch that video. Let's do this. You need to go watch this video, and you need to leave us a comment. And again, I apologize. It was very substandard, and I'm going to do our best not to do that again. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. I mean, I could go into it a lot deeper. We could work on it more and try to edit more of the sound out, but that's Living Miracle Homestead. Exactly. Because of it pulling out certain areas of the sound,
It sounded better before, now it's squeaky.
It became squeaky. So that's where you have to go back in. You have to re-edit. At that point, you're getting into your equalizer, and you're having to add some different sound back into it. And I may have hit it a little bit too hard. I tried to, and I the best way to do it is a little bit at a time, and not to apply it to the entire track like I did. I mean, I guess I was kind of hoping, here I am again. I'm putting the cart before the horse, and I shouldn't have done that. But at least you got to see the basics on how you would do that. But you can go in and you can spread out that timeline just like you can when you're editing a video in that editor, and you just select different areas of that where you want to remove that sound, and you can just pull that hissing sound out of those areas. And if it were not obviously the longer the video, the more time it's going to take you to do that. It's best not to have it there to begin with. We are currently looking for a different microphone setup that we can utilize that hopefully is going to greatly alleviate that. So let me open this back up to the folks in the chat here. You all have any questions for tonight? Anything at all that we can kind of show you? I will tell you this. I have started to do some testing with some different freeware video editors. Let me see what we have here. I know that there's VSDC is one of those. OpenShot is another one.
Brad's here.
And a couple others. How do you do the split screen?
Earl, Brad's here. He came for the 10,000 giveaway. He wants to know what he won.
Oh, he won the opportunity to be here on time.
And the right night.
Okay. You want to know how to do the split screen? Well, let's go back to the editor here. Quickest way, I guess, to show you here is how this particular video is set up, and I can do that probably. The quickest way I can do this is to turn off different lines. So keep in mind when you are looking at an editing program, there is always going to be a top to bottom layer. So the most recent layer, I'm going to consider that to be a top layer. Depending upon the program, and they may be numbered differently, but there's always a top to bottom layer. So in this particular program, in Power Director, the bottom layer, the one that everything goes on top of, starts with the number 1. And then on top of it, number 2, and number 3, and number 4, and number 5, and however many lines you have in here that you need to add. So what I mean by that in a nutshell is that the lower on the list is what you see on top, because this will lay on top of everything else. Every other video layer will be underneath this one. And depending upon how you do it, I mean, I could take a piece of this and I could mask it and make it transparent, but that's not the point here. If I turn this off, you can see it took away the little windowed section up here, the picture-in-picture, if you would. And I can go on up here, and I can turn the clouds off, which happen to be the lowest level. And at that point, I just have this this little layman sticker. And of course, if I move it back further, there is a skillet as well. So these are just JPEG images or PNG images that I have laid in. So I think everybody can do that on any type of editor very easily. I just have them resized to that particular size. Here's the size of the picture. If I highlight that, there's for the layman's. So let's go back into this area here. We'll turn off the layman so we have a black background. Okay. So what I've used for a bottom layer is Sherry's countertop. And I pretty much have it just filling the screen. I do have a mask around it so that I brought it in a little bit. It kind of gives it a vignette look where the edges are muted out. And I did that so that you could see the clouds, if you would, floating around the background. I'm too far into what I'd saved here that I can't go back and take that out to show you what I did in this particular case to do that. But we could do it on another piece if you want to. So this, for all practical purposes, is the bottom layer of the video that we shot out of one camera. This is the video that we shot out of another camera. And I could come in here and I could make this bigger or smaller. It's just a picture-in-picture. That's all it is. So I can resize this. And I can always use my little back arrows to put it back where it was. Or if I just, because I had this project saved, if I don't save it now, when I exit out, it'll go back to where I started. So this is all I've done. I've taken the two camera shots, which were taken at the same time from two different angles. What you don't see in this shot is there's a camera right up on top here in...
Yeah, Cecilia says, so you're using two cameras.
Yes. Is right up in this area is another camera that's looking down. That is this picture. It's looking straight down on that kitchen island. Now, when I do that, and the one reason that I really like the Power Director software is because it's virtually a no-brainer. When I have these two or more files in here, and I need to line them up so that everything is copacetic as far as speaking and doing things, I can just highlight them both, and then there's a deal comes up over here and it says auto sync, and it just adjusts the layers the way they should be. And just to all right, let's do this just to demonstrate it so you have kind of an idea here. We'll if I can remember what day. Okay, well, this is for the cookies. Okay. The camera view for Sherry is actually these 3 videos combined, because GoPro breaks your video up into smaller segments. So the first thing I do is I take those and I assemble them into a single video. So that's what we have here. Single video, which is just the 3 raw clips assembled right here. Because I use an iPhone hanging from a board over top of the island, it seems to think that it's in portrait mode, even though it's flat as can be. So I go in and I redo that video into a 16:9. I can do that because it's captured everything. It's just put it in this mode, and that's not the mode I wanted. I need to turn it. So these are the 2 sources that I'm going to start with. So if I bring this down, here's my background. And we'll bring this down. And if you notice here, when I put this down here, you can no longer see the background. But if I need to get these to line up, I can just highlight both of them. I can say sync by audio, and the Power Director software will go through and analyze these 2 or more. I've never done it with more than 4, but I have done it with four different video audio sources and just synced everything together. Okay, and it now has these lined up sound-wise. So what I'm going to spread this out so you can see what the difference is in the starting time. Once these 2 come together here, they're together. But this camera was started before this one. So as we just play through here, at this point, everything is synced. Ta-da! So what I can then do at that point is I can come through here and I can cut it. And now they're joined together, if you would, right here, perfectly synced and ready to go. Now, in doing editing, it's very possible, depending upon how much you are editing any one part of the video, it can distort the sound. It can get it out of sync a little bit with a second whole video track.
Cecilia has a message for you. I'll let you read it.
Can you not adjust the video sound on the one camera with the cooking before you put them together? Okay, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there, because at this point I have two independent video clips that I just have matched up so they're playing at the same time. The first thing I do then is I make a determination as to which video clip I want the sound out of, and that'll be the only sound I use. In this case, the GoPro does better sound-wise than what the iPhone does, based upon location and other ambient noise in the background. So I would come in here and I would separate. I would unlink the audio and the video, and I can just delete the audio from that video. So now I just have one to deal with, but my video clips are perfectly synced. So as she makes movements, moves her hands, they will match. Now you can't see the other one. We'll do it like this, and now you'll be able to see. You can see her holding the pen in both clips. The one that is on the frying pan, can it not be? Celia, the problem is the audio is virtually the same on both of them. And I think what you're asking is, can I get rid of some of the hissing noise on the one first? Let me go back and I'll show you what we're starting with here. We'll put that back in. I'm going to shut off the sound on the GoPro. And here is no, because I had already changed it. Hold on. I have to go back and get a raw file.
It's magic.
Ta-da!
Some way you cook the turkey or vegetable or pie, cake. Some people do lasagna for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Some people do a hand-manna turkey.
So that's the raw sound from the overhead camera shot. And then this is the raw sound from the other one.
Her pie crust recipe makes 4 crusts. So she makes 2 pumpkin pies and 2 black bottom pies. Well, I think the black bottom pie was all gone yesterday. Let me go get this.
So, and you could probably tell I had to pull the volume back. The GoPro just has a superior sound pickup pattern as compared to the iPhone. So, predominantly, that's what is used. But the sound is still there, and the hissing is every bit as bad, if not worse, on that on the raw video, what we started with.
It's custard on the inside, chocolate on the bottom. And I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever tasted it.
So we'll turn that back off again, and we'll go back into the GoPro sound.
So, Monday night, our guest will be Chris, Single Dad Homesteading. So that should be exciting. We've been waiting for that one.
So anyway, that's what you start with. As far as doing the overlay, it's just depending upon the position you put them in. As I say, these are perfectly linked up right now. So if we fill the screen with the bottom, but let's go a step further, because I'm showing some extra area here, so I can come in and I can edit this clip. We'll edit the video. We're going to get rid of some of this extra area here around the side. And we'll just say OK. And
What program are you using?
this is Power Director. So now that I've cropped it, I can now come in and resize it. I can make it whatever size I want. I still have it in a 16:9 pattern. And to get the edge around it, I just came in and I took a mask.
Harold says, great program.
And I can feather the outside edges, which is what I did on the actual video. So when I say OK, at this point, you can see it has the soft edges. Where if I want to show something behind it, what I need to do, let's just grab a color. And because I don't have, make it big enough to grab here. I need to have that behind that other video, so I need to move it up. So that gives me a blue background behind this piece. Now if I want to add the other shot where it shows Sherry talking, I can come in here and I can, well, let's do this. We'll just take this real quick and we'll we'll edit this into,
Can you do this on Filmora?
yes, to a degree you can. Filmora does not do as well with two separate video sources. From an individual standpoint, what I'm doing here as far as different lines and overlaying and modifying those, yes, you can. But to get them synced up is a very, very long, slow, tedious process. So now I've kept this in a 16 by 9. So in other words, it would be a full screen. But that's not what I want. I'm going to want this to be kind of an overlay. So what I'm going to do is say, let's not, oops, I have to go back. All right, why are you not letting me do this? Oh, I know why. Because I've already cut some of this off the beginning. When I trimmed it down, that's why. So because it's already been modified, I can't come in and I can't change the entire video. How can I fix this?
They're asking, can you do this on iMovie for Mac?
No, not a chance. iMovie is a very, very basic editor. You're not going to get anywhere close to this. You can do this with, you can do it with Filmora Pro. You can do it with Adobe Premiere Pro. You can do it with DaVinci. So for your Macintosh people, I would say Premiere Pro or DaVinci or maybe even Camtasia. Let me just cut this. So I'm just doing a section of this. Okay, so I have this cropped image. Let me get back into and with the cropped image, I now want to resize this so you can see what's underneath it. So this is how you're doing your picture-in-picture area. And if I want this area here where it has cherry, I can go in and I can go into the Mask Designer and we can here we'll do a diamond pattern. So I now have her shown in here where you're doing the picture-in-picture, and as you're playing this, all the sound is where it should be, and everything works.
So I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We went and spent it with Daryl's 2 children. We had a wonderful afternoon and evening. Always nice to get together with the kids and the grandkids and the grandpuppy. Sadie is their puppy, dog.
Okay, so that's pretty much how you do it. Like I said, we did it real quick cut through here just to kind of get you some basic ideas. But iMovie is a very, very basic editor. Windows Movie Maker, which used to be around, and some people still have it, and there are some places you can still download it, but it's no longer supported. Again, very basic editor. You're not going to be able to do this kind of stuff. You're not going to be able to utilize a lot of the features that you can with a full editor like this. These are all overlays that I can put in there, picture-in-picture objects. And there are hundreds. Well, there's 626 in here right now that I can just go in and grab. I can preview them here, and they'll go right on top of anything that we do here. They also have what they call particle room, or particles. This is where you start getting some of your moving objects. If you remember when I first showed you the cloud effects, that's what we have here. This is what I used. And there's 255 particle objects here. In the title editing place, there's 435 different titles that you can start with and edit.
Cecilia's asking what your computer's operating systems are.
The computer that I'm using right now is it's Windows 10, and it's running an AMD processor with an NVIDIA card. And then these are the transitions where you can modify the scenes. And let's just demonstrate that here once. Let me clip a bit out of this one. We'll take this out. Okay. And that background is turned off. So what I have here is I have going from where I have it all heavily modified.
So for your family, is there something special that you cook for Thanksgiving? Whether it's cake, some people do.
So you can see how it jumped. The transitions allow you to make that a softer piece. So in other words, with that particular one I described, it does this.
Some people do.
This one works in this fashion.
Some people do.
And there's 194 different transitions that we have in here. And they even have them for music where you can blend one song into another. Then in addition to that, you have volume controls for all your different tracks. You have voiceover capabilities within this where I can do a voiceover of the program. So it's a pretty comprehensive editing program, and it does a reasonable job. It's not that expensive, but it is not free. Cecilia, my laptop and Sherry's laptop, I can run these programs on them as well, and that's what I used to do everything on. But those are 4 years old, are they not?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those are 4 years old. They were not. They were pretty potent when we got them 4 years ago, and that's the reason I spent the extra money at that point in time to.
We got some off because you gave us a college discount.
Yeah, we actually drove to a neighboring town because they had two of them in a Best Buy store there, and the young man there was very nice to us and said, "Geez, you look like you're a college kid, so I can give you a college discount." Grizz, no, this is not Filmora. This is Power Director. Dutch, are you using version 15 or 16 on DaVinci? Well, here's the thing, Big Dream Homestead. A lot of these programs, you learn one program well, and they all start looking alike. And just... I know we've had some people...
Do you like Premiere Pro or Power Director better?
If money were no object, I would be running Premiere Pro. Unfortunately, money is an object. Because YouTube money is almost non-existent. Okay, what I'm bringing onto the screen here right now, this is Filmora 9. And yeah, it has the same type of things here. So it looks very similar. And we can open up okay, and this is Shotcut. It looks a little bit different to initially get started here because they put things in a project. Project name, test. But this is your preview window. And your timelines are down here in the bottom. Once I start importing files, it will start to look more and more like it. Instead of having the bar run down the side over here, they have this one run across the top for your filters and keyframes. And
Big Dream's asking a question.
okay. You used to be able to lock a clip in Filmora. Yeah, you still can. This is Filmora 9, and it is version 9.2.7.13. It's the version I have. I can tell you that with Filmora, their automatic file thing, their file checker for keeping things up to date is not good. If you don't have this version, and let me just bring that back up for you again here. This is version 9.2.7.13. If you don't have that version, you can go download from the website and just install it over top of it, and it should just be fine. Grizz, it took me a year and a half to make enough money off YouTube to buy my wife a bean burrito at Taco Bell.
It's so bad. Big Dream says the lock on hers is gone. Big Dreams, aka Deanna.
Okay.
Not that you remember that.
Yeah, I probably won't remember that, but Big Dreams. I'm sure that you have the earlier version here. I'm sure if you update it, it'll be there. When they first came out with Filmora 9, and I opened it up and started looking with it because I started out with Filmora 7 and went through a number of variations of 7, went through all the variations of 8. It came out with 9, and I thought, oh, this will be fine. I never had a problem before. Boy, did I have a problem. They shot themselves in the foot in a big way. It was not a good experience. They have since made it better. They've had a couple updates since then, so that's why I say make sure it's 9.2.7. And if it's not, just go to their website and download it, because even if you come into the help page here and say check for update, it'll say your current version is the latest version. In other words, it's broken. And nowhere can you go on their website and tell you. I'm not real happy with Filmora because I pushed them to a lot of people. They sold a lot of copies of their program.
Yeah, you could have made some money if they had an affiliate link.
They would not, at that point in time, and I'm going back a couple years ago, they would not give me an affiliate link or anything. In other words, I probably sold at least 10, if not 25, copies of Filmora for them and never got a dime. But that's the way it goes. That's just the way it is. But not taking anything away from the program. They are making it better. They're coming back with it. They have some audio in here. They have a selection of titles. It's nowhere as extensive as what Power Director is. They have some transitions, and again, those are nowhere as extensive. They have some special effects. Again, there's just not near as many. They also have a split screen. This is available also in Power Director, where you can split the screen up to 4, 5, 6 different inputs or sections. And they have their overlays or elements, they call them. Let's see, we had Shotcut open.
Rustic Traditions has a question for you.
Rustic Traditions, is it worth all the hassle of making YouTube videos if YouTube doesn't pay well? All right, well, let's put some of the pay thing to rest here. The YouTube.
Sorry. Do
Okay.
you have to buy Power Director, or is there a free program?
No, you have to buy it. It is not free. One of the I used to do some coding. I don't admit it. I hate writing code. The amount of code that goes into doing a program like this is incredible. No one individual is going to do it. It's done by teams of people or groups, maybe college kids or whatever on another thing. That's how a lot of these freebie programs are developed. The problem is they are free. And unless they are truly fully open source where others can come in and make modifications and fixes, because they're free, that's all they're worth is free. Yeah, you can, in many cases, they have some very neat features and they may work well, but the time that they don't, the time that it breaks on something important you want to do and you do not have support because it's not a paid program and you can't call anybody, well, that's when you really wish you would have spent a few dollars and had a paid program where you can get support. And that's just my opinion from having a very, very long history in the computer industry. As far as the money thing for YouTube, if you're not averaging somewhere around, I'm going to say 10 to 12,000 videos a day, view-wise, 10 to 12,000 views a day on your videos. At that point, you're probably in the $100 a month, maybe $150 a month range, where you will be getting that little percentage from advertising. So you can kind of take that where it's at. The one thing that has helped us, quite frankly, is folks like yourselves. You come into one of our live streams like this, and we frequently have people doing the little super chats and stuff like that, and dropping a tip jar, if you would. And we certainly do appreciate it, because that has afforded us to, at least wise, I think we've probably gotten somewhere between $100 and $150 a month for the past, 8 months or so. It certainly is enough to live on. It's not enough for me to buy gas to go to Kentucky and back pulling the camper. And that's just a fact. But a lot of you folks have helped out, and we certainly appreciate that. We thought about doing the Patreon. As a matter of fact, I did start a thing, but we've not gone any further with that.
Paul just joined Patreon.
Oh.
He said that earlier.
Oh, well, we are going to start doing something with that. And my intent there is, you're going to get a lot of the raw footage. You're going to see a lot of the goofs and blunders that we make when we're filming the videos. And of course, just we're going to do some extra for those people that choose to help us along too. But as far as YouTube being a viable thing, if you get into YouTube to make money, don't. Big Dreams, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. It helps a lot. Yes, we are ready for spring already. Absolutely. There are some people that do make a living on YouTube. And
Oh yeah, Bub. Yeah, we're going to the Hawaii Homestead. We're going to drive there.
what's that?
Getting started on Homestead. Homesteading. Bub asked if we're going to the Hawaii Homestead conference, if we're going to drive there.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'd have to get one of those duck boats. Rustic tradition. He said, I like sharing stuff with people and teaching people, but I'm having the hardest time getting videos done. Okay, now let me also state this. Your first 100 subscribers are the toughest. Those are the toughest ones. The fact that they currently you have to have, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in order to become monetized, it's well worth the effort to do that. And here's why. If you do happen to put this video out that you made in your backyard, doing something in the garden, repairing the barn, making a chicken tractor, or fixing your car or truck or welding a trailer, whatever that obscure video might be, and you upload it to YouTube, and for some reason the gods shine down on you and say, oh, I like this video, I'm going to promote this worldwide to everybody. And before you know it, that video gets 1 million views. At that point, you're looking at some money. You're looking at serious money. If it's not monetized, you are not looking at money. YouTube's still looking at money because it's their platform. But they don't have to share with you if you're not monetized. So yeah, it's well worth your effort to get to the monetization level. And then if you, there's still a lot of people that have that. They've never had a viral type video, and maybe it makes them, maybe their YouTube thing, every 3 months they get a check for $100. Well, it's still something. It is absolutely still something. And something is better than nothing. There's other ways to utilize this platform to make money, and that's in making your own products, your own hand crafts, soap making, wood carving, leather work. Some people have beehives, and because of the YouTube community around the homesteading, they maybe sell their honey. Other people do things with nuts, pecans and peanuts or whatever. So it's just another vehicle that you have to obtain an income source for your homestead, for yourself, for your family. Okay, and Grizz is on there. Alf 270 says.
I just asked him to explain it. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, it looks to me like what he's saying is he's actually making about $60 a month. Now, YouTube doesn't pay unless it's $100. So that means he's getting paid every couple months. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how we started. But if you are so fortunate as to go out and get yourself a pet white albino snake and put it on your head and take showers in the van and who knows what else, run around out in the desert with a towel around you. Heaven's Gates, thank you so much. Hey, I like these little, what do they call those? Moving ones?
Animated.
The animated ones? That's pretty cute. Then you just never know. We know an individual that, of all topics, folding a fitted sheet, 1 million views.
Tara's mom.
Yeah. Tara from Living on a Dime, her mother. 1 million views. How to fold a fitted sheet. So you just don't know.
how to fold a fitted sheet. You wash it, you dry it, you put it back on your bed. Awesome, Alf.
Oh yeah, well, I made him a video.
You did. That's right, you did.
Yeah. I'm curious, Grizz, is what's that video that I helped you with, or that I messed with, that you allowed me to edit for you? Is that still doing anything?
Paul's asking, is it possible for the channels you subscribe to put them in alphabetical order?
They are in alphabetical order down the side. Let me.
Daniel! My goodness.
Who's here?
Daniel. From Hayesville?
Oh, okay. Well, it just now popped up over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so on your home page, Dutch, on the left-hand side over here, if you scroll down, you'll see subscriptions. And not counting the ones that are doing live shows right now, because those are at the top. See here where it says show 994 or more, they only show just a few over 1,000. But we'll click that. These should be in alphabetical order. Yeah, these are all in alphabetical order. So these are all channels we're subscribed to, and there's your alphabetical order list. Yeah, maybe a quick way for you to look at it here. You go to your quote-unquote homepage, and these will bring up videos that are not necessarily those people you subscribe to. Sometimes it is, but not always. There are definitely videos here of people I don't subscribe to. So if I go to subscriptions, this, for the most part, will show you people you are subscribed to, and those that have lives on currently are the ones right at the top. So Fundamental Home, we've had them on the Monday night show. Bitwits here, and some of these others. I will say, not always will you find the person here. And I don't know if that's just because we're subscribed to so many or what, but I have seen it before, especially with lives, where we know the person is doing a live, and yet we go in there and it doesn't show up. I have to go to their channel, or I have to scroll down on the side to get them to show up. Okay, any other questions? Gosh, we got 37. Well, I certainly appreciate y'all being here tonight. Did you see anything else?
Yeah.
Let's see, it's already 9:30 here.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, go check out those two videos, the 10K video and the skillet video. You have the opportunity to win some stuff tomorrow night. We're going to do the live stream for the 10K and the skillet, and you have the ability to win on both of those, not being there. But if you're there, you have more chances. So, anything else you can think of?
Geeky Gardens has a comment for you.
Geeky Gardens, it should be over here on the left-hand side. Now you have to be signed in, and it starts out with channels that are live first. Start with subscriptions here, and it'll be channels that are live first. Those are not alphabetical. But from that point on, it is alphabetical, although like it starts with numbers here first. And then this one, because it has an asterisk sign, and that's just the way that it's sorted. But then it starts here with A, and it'll go right on down through into B's. And now there are occasions where something jumps in that doesn't look like it fits, and chances are the channel name has been changed. I've seen that happen before too. But for the most part, these are all in alphabetical order.
And neither is Paul's. Paul says his is not alphabetical either. Huh.
I don't know. That's where I always thought that it was done alphabetically. Let's ask Google.
Quite a few of them aren't in order. Let's see.
Okay, there currently is no option to sort your subscribers by alphabetical order. That's interesting because they are on my channel. Oh, how do I get an alphabetized list?
The first few of mine are not, and those are the ones that are live now. After
Yes.
the live, mine are in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Mine are. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, the ones that are live are at the top. And then once you get through the live ones, there's the numbered channels and then the alphabetical.
We just got an Australian $10.
Little Garden Big Dreams, thank you so much.
That's strange. And mine are.
Yeah, just over here on the side.
That's wild. Huh. None of them are. I wonder why ours are. Everyone's saying theirs aren't. That's strange.
Okay, now, just to make sure we're looking at exactly the same place. I guess I'm going to refer to the screen here.
I'm going to try something here.
This at the top, it goes from home, trending, subscriptions. And then it goes to library, history, watch later, liked videos. And then it shows your playlists.
Okay, now when I go in to share two-family homestead, mine are not alphabetical. Mine are not alphabetical. They are under two-family, but they aren't under share at two-family. Isn't that strange? They are not alphabetical.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's above my pay grade, folks.
Yeah.
It's way above my pay grade.
That's strange.
How to sort your YouTube subscriptions into collections. Never heard of that. I don't know, this was back in 2014, 2015, so I would not put a lot of faith into it working nowadays. And while I got you here, did you all see the 60-minute thing that they did with YouTube? It's fake news all over again. Yeah, Brett and Cindy, I don't know what that is. For some reason, ours is not mixed, and yet Sherry's is.
Well, when I go in on my different Google account.
Yeah, when she goes in on. Okay. I don't know. The Smudge has that many subscriptions.
Well, go in under.
Smudges is not either. They're all over the place.
Yep. That's wild.
So anyway, be sure to check out those two videos, the 10K giveaway, the skillet giveaway, and Sherry just put up another keto-friendly video. We put that up today. And that one's being viewed like crazy, so go take a peek at it. Maybe this will be the magic video. Who knows? So, any other questions from anybody? If not, we're gonna let you all go visit with some other folks, and we're gonna go eat some dinner or whatever.
You ate dinner.
They don't know that.
What did 60 Minute do with YouTube?
Okay. "60 Minutes" has a YouTube channel. So they have a YouTube channel, and this past week they have pretty well been dumping on YouTube here. And the one that they put out yesterday was the big one, though. Is YouTube doing enough to fight hate speech and conspiracy theories? And the person that they had doing the interview, I just have to be quiet. I would just turn around and walk away from somebody like that. 2 days ago, 300 plus Trump ads taken down by Google and YouTube. You don't see where they've taken down 300 plus ads from the other side, if you would. There's nothing fair about YouTube right now, but 60 Minutes is, number one, they're very anti-conservative. They are the typical fake news. And this 14-minute video,
to grasp the
this lady,
scale of YouTube, consider that people spend 1 billion hours watching videos on it every day. It's the most used social network in the U.S. More queries are typed into the website search bar than anywhere online except Google, which owns YouTube.
So that's how it starts out. I mean, YouTube it's a monster. It is an absolute monster. And it is owned by Google. And this is the CEO right here. And the history is pretty neat, which it gets into here a little bit. The two youngsters that are college kids or whatever that actually started Google were students of hers, and they hired her, and she was the one that suggested that they buy YouTube, and it goes on and on. So there's a lot of good history in here, but give this video a look after you look at ours, and you have your own opinions. Yeah, Dave Backyards, that's quite true. But, for what they do, the numbers are just, you can't comprehend. You can't comprehend at least as I can't, the money that they go through, that they handle, the machinery involved, the computers, the bandwidth. Can you imagine just the bandwidth alone? Every minute, 550 hours of videos are uploaded every minute. So, it's just incredible numbers. So with that, I think we're going to let you all go here. Appreciate you being here. Come back tomorrow for the giveaways. And everybody, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Take care.